And before I get into it, I want to tell you that none of my affiliations have anything to do with what I'm doing here, right? This is just Charlie Machine going out on a whim. This is just what he does and things of that. This is what I do. Whatever, right?
Stay with us anyways.
Anyway, right? So the first inaugural weakest of the week goes out to a producer, engineer that a lot of y'all might like his sound. I'm talking about Dallas Ralph Davis Rose. He's a resident.
He's crazy.
He's a resident on High Street, right? Specifically High Street in Westwood or Norwood. I don't know. I can't remember which one, if it was Westwood or Norwood, but all I know is that, you know, it was one of the most boring towns in Massachusetts, which goes to show you this man is so boring that he named his podcast The Podcast.
I thought it was the podcast.
It's The Podcast.
Oh.
It was spelled The Podcast, but it was The Podcast. And then later he named it, guess what? Get on High Street. Like so much more creative, right? I mean, goddamn, right? Now, that area that you talking about, like, that has to be the home to some of the dullest people in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, right? And, you know, the only interesting thing that's happened in that area was when Zavarian Brothers High School decided that they was going to treat their students to a seemingly culturally appropriate meal of fried chicken and biscuits.
That's right.
During Black History Month a few years ago. Right. I'm serious. Like this really happened. Like I'm not making this up.
We actually talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, like that really happened, right? But this this weakest of the week is not about these small opiate using towns, right? It's about the man at hand right now, Dallas, I'm too soft to clap back Rose. The irony of it, though, is that Zavarian Brothers and Ralph, they also have something in common. Not understanding black culture. Which, in his defense, we don't expect him to. Because look at him, he's the textbook representation of what people outside of black Boston expect Boston to look like, right? Now, he gains clout off of the sweat of black people and the colored people around him. You know, he started his shit in bands, right? Rock, heavy metal, things of that nature. But he didn't want to stop there. He said, no, you know what? I'm going to give trap a try. I'm going to give hip-hop a try, right? Because he said, you know what? All these niggas is wasting their money on beats and not doing shit with their careers anyway. So why don't I just make money off these low lives and appear as if I can? I'm talented enough in that department where they feel, wow, I have a 45-year-old white friend. My credit score just went up 60 points off the strength, right? But again, this is not the issue. The issue is when said artists from the culture have a disagreement. This BPD gang unit doppelganger is there to hear all about it. He never had to go through shit that niggas had to go through ever. But he figures, hey, they gonna hang themselves anyway, so I might as well just pass them the noose. I mean, the rope, right? But the insatiable desire for factions to pry in black factions is something that I will never understand. You already got your white privilege, my guy. So why are you wasting it with niggas like us, man? It might be because of the early 20-year-old something girls that come with hip hop, right? He might like that, you know.
Christ.
He might like that. I don't know. He might like that. So I heard. I mean, people tell me things. People tell me things. I don't be asking for information, but niggas just be telling me shit, and I just be like, wow. I'll be like, wow. Well, all right, so people tell me shit because why? Because when they see me, they see themselves, right? But when they see you, Saxon, they see a skill set. They don't see a personality. They don't see somebody who's entertaining. They don't need to see somebody who's on Front Street. They see a white boy that needs to be on High Street and just make these beats, motherfucker. Shoot a video for me. Don't charge me over like the fuck you been doing, motherfuckers, right? Just build a relationship with me where it could be built off respect and understanding, and maybe we can line each other's pockets. But speaking of shooting videos, that brings me back to why we're even here. Right? So last weekend, I hosted May Star's Black Friday pop-out at Hibernia Hall. Shout out to my man May Star.
Shout out to May Star.
Shout out May Star. Starsky.
Fucking performer for real.
Shout out my guy, right?
Yeah.
Now, Ralph Davis was in the corner when I walked in. He might have been eyeing some 21-year-old black woman. You know what I mean? When I walked in, I'm not sure. Newly 21. He was like, wow, she's fresh. But he was hired. He was hired for his skill and expertise on film, which would eventually land the show on his YouTube channel. You know, great play, Maystar, by the way. And Maystar did not send me to do this. In fact, he doesn't know I'm doing it, so I'm sorry, bro, in advance. But he caught wind of some tweets of me talking about his podcast, saying that his shit's drier than grandma.
Yeah,
pussy.
I said it.
He ain't like it.
I told him.
You know what I mean? So
Well,
after he recorded the live stream, he removed the live stream from his channel because of Maystar's affiliation with me. That screams caring about the culture, right?
Your pussy. Like, I'm playing that meme. I'm gonna record that. It's gonna be great. All right,
That sounds like screaming for the culture. Like he fuck with the culture type shit.
No, nigga.
Nah.
I think.
Now, all right. Before y'all go in this, right? I even shouted out his brand while I was on stage at the show. I even said, "Look, today's all about peace. We're not gonna talk about what we talk about, but tomorrow I'm back to talking shit again."
Yeah,
Right?
I was there.
But no, you see a tweet and you decided to take a seat instead of going home and make another fucking beat, nigga. Now, I mean, that's the only reason why we care for you, Dallas. Like, I don't know if you understand that. We don't give a fuck about nothing else. We just want you to make beats and shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about your opinions on anything. Nobody cares about your personality. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. You're just not entertaining. I'm sorry, bro. Like, your kids might think you boring. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, even Fame Jackson. Like, I don't care for Fame Jackson music, but you stole her shit and you ran with it. Now, just like you do with the false sense of importance that you think you have in the black community, my nigga. And Dallas, I don't hate you. I just think you're weak. You have my number. You could have called me. You could have said, yo, Charlie, yo, what's up? What's going on? Like, why are you talking like this? Things of that nature. You never did. But it's just whispers and murmurs amongst a lot of people that we have mutuals with. And you burnt Maystar because I was hosting his show. That shit was crazy to me. That's the only reason why I'm really doing this shit, to be real. But you had to display your white fragility like I knew you could. And furthermore, I wish you the best, Dallas. Like, I really do. You know what I mean? Like, I really wish that you will find a way to liven up your on-air personality. You know what I mean? But until that day, I won't stop saying that you duller than a World War I bayonet, my nigga. And that's why you the first guest on the weakest of the week.
Weakest of the week. I like
CWTFB Radio. Come on.